A little bit of Fallout today. Ready I can get it up and running. I'll give it a minute to get started. I'm gonna be taking a break from everything but gaming and Bibling, cause I need it, y'all. I've got a bunch of junk I gotta clean out. And I can't do that paying attention to the news, cause the news is designed to stir anger. Really need to be speaking out because we're in dangerous times, but I'm not ready for it yet, but I will be. When I return, I'm going to try to stay on American issues, not get distracted by the foreign stuff. It's going to be my goal. And I know for my gaming audience, I don't talk about the politics here. That's one of the reasons I like gaming. Of course, I'd be gaming anyway, whether I'm online or offline. I did that years ago. When I wasn't online, and I wasn't in chat rooms, and then the later half of the chat room blogging, I was gaming. Gaming has been the little lifeline for this disabled person. Gives me something to do. I know some people make fun of that. But I mean, if you're just sitting around anyway, you don't have nothing to do. TV gets boring after a while. Yeah, I know you can read the Bible, yes you can. But you can do both. You can balance your life. People work. People come home and read their Bibles. Should anyway. You can do both. Give about a minute to start up. I'll probably get killed a gazillion times. After a while I get frustrated and I quit. I don't hate anybody, by the way. If anybody hears my stuff. But I do have hatred for the globalists. They're the real problems. And I need to not even have hatred for them. I have to filter that one. That's one of those things. But God, they're so evil. It's hard to like the globalists. Some of them are just wanting to make money. A lot of them have nefarious plans for us. They want us exterminated. They want us to live in a world like this. You can bet, I bet if you would get to the storyline of the Fallout, somewhere along the line, you run into the elite. They're somewhere. If I was making this game, I may make some similar type games if I ever get gaming making off the ground out of testing mode. Now it wouldn't be Fallout, but I mean, there's all kinds of things based on this. Terminator was based on it. It's all the same thing. You can write your own story. I'm telling you, there's a story to tell with the elites. Just go look up what they want to do to the world. You see, people in the tech industry, they have to be careful because the tech industry is in line with those people. But boy, there's stories to tell. If I ever get my gaming off the ground, my game making, not just gaming, boy, I'm gonna tell some tales. Let's see if I'm working. I didn't never click it. I can't click it. It's not letting me. It's not letting me view. I can't click it. It's not letting me. Oh, there it went. I was turning it down. It'll be aggravating. Yeah, there's some stories to tell there. If I was a movie maker, that'd be where I'd go. We need to get out of Hollywood. Start doing the Alex Jones version of video gaming in Hollywood. Tell the truth on these bums so we expose them. Because they really are just bums. They may be all rich, but they're bums. Just like, even though I'm disabled and I don't work, I'm not a bum. I just disabled. These people are bums. They want to destroy this world. And I'm going to shut up. Because that'll have to be podcast talk. Because I'm on one of the platforms that you can't discuss that. Several of the platforms you can't discuss it. But boy, there's tales to be told. If only when people would tell them. Go read their white papers. And don't be pro them, be against them. You see, that's what's so wrong with this stuff. A lot of these people, they're in with them. And you're not one of them. They're only going to take a select number of their own. If you ain't with them, you ain't really with them. You're just being a useful tool to them. This is their goal, ladies and gentlemen. This is what they want us living in. I wrote an eerie song similar to this and started actually seeing it as I was playing it. And I didn't even want to record that song. I only took part of it and released it. Now that I'm all alone. It was scared me all because I just sort of recorded it. I was just sitting there one day and started singing those lyrics and I had the recorder recording. Oh, I hear some music. It's a rat. Oh, I see it. There it is. Are those rats deadly or are they okay? Are they friendly? Are they baby mole rats? I'll leave them alone. I was just sitting there taping it. I did a lot of my lyrics that way. I just sat just singing out. And I'd craft them over the time. In other words, they didn't always stay how they were started out. But it gave me chills every time. And I just couldn't do it. Even in 2000, what was it, 10 and 11 when I was working on EOH 2012? I started working on that song and I thought, that gives me chills. I don't want to put that out. Well, now I've seen it in Fallout, what I was writing about. Is that one deadly? Yeah, he is. Crazy, too. I hate when you can't see the enemy. And she was killed. She was killed. Yeah. I just didn't want to put it out. Because it gave me chills just hearing it. I created a lot of my songs though. I'd just be sitting singing stuff and recording. And they became songs. My daddy always went around the house singing. And I sort of turned what he would do into karaoke. I mean, similar to what he would do to karaoke. Do it through the karaoke. A lot of times I was recording it. I got a new song idea today, by the way, and I'm not going to share any details till I get done. Boy, I even got it sung out, just like the old days. It's concerning my Jeff character again. It's another part to his chapters. Boy, I think it's the best one. It really does sound like a song that's would be on the radio. The one I got for him now.
I can still hear their screams.
It will probably be shared on the future album or granted a future album if I don't get it finished. That's the way I do. I spend years on some of my songs, crafting them, but I think it's perfect the way it sung out. I mean, it just came to me. I just got up and I sung it out right before I went to sleep. I was getting ready to go to sleep when I got up, recorded that. It started playing in my head. Just like my girl, she's a liberal, it played in my head. And I can't run. I love it when they get you where you can't run. You just have to walk. A lot of times that's why I give up and quit playing. Because you just have to walk. There'll be another part to him in this saga. Probably his last one. I've had a big saga with him in my music. It's probably going to be his last challenge, his last song. I don't know if I think of something else that he might have somewhere. I had to just do that, create my songs as my story, since I can't seem to do it with video games. I can't seem to get it figured out. I may just start telling the tales that I want to tell in songs. I mean, I like both. I like video gaming and songs. And I've always had something about making a video game. Not just playing it, but making one. So that's me. A lot of people, they get jealous of what other people do. I don't get jealous. Here's me. This is my thoughts. I look at something and think, wow, that's amazing. I'd like to do that. And I try it. Whether I fail, I try. I don't worry about the fall. Because my life's falling anyway. Being disabled, I'm falling. So I've already fell down. It's just got to get back up is all. So that's my attitude. A lot of people, they get envious and they get jealous of all these people, and they're not happy for them. And they're waiting for them to fail. They're waiting for them to, like, say whatever the biggest band is at the time, or the biggest musician, or the biggest movie star. They're just waiting for that person to collapse, because it'll make them feel better because they're jealous of what they've accomplished. And I don't have that. I look at it from different eyes. I look at, wow, that person did something amazing. I'd like to try that. That may be the same way in the gaming industry. I'm sure some of these people, they come up with a game and everybody loves it, and then some game artists are sitting back here biting and berating, waiting for that person to fall. I don't really know if I'm talking, but I know that is that way in entertainment and every other field. Like, you get out here in just the job world. You got it in the job world. People are jealous of people. Jealous of their accomplishments. I just want to accomplish something. Don't have no time for that. No time for jealousy. I guess when you spent your whole life being down, you don't want to put somebody else down. That's a part of my woes about not getting out of here. Of course, I could have probably got out of here if I hadn't went stupid. Even if I did make a plan to get out of here, it would probably be a decade plan. Granted, God granted a minute. The double heaps that Rodney preaches about. And he just threw it down there. Only way. Only way. And he's not going to do that because I was stupid. He's thinking, oh, I can't even trust you, son. You're stupid with your freaking credit cards. That I knew better to get into anyway. I even had a teacher. That teacher I always quote from. He was telling us about stuff like InfoWars back then. But he had some sensible things too. He told people, never, never, never get credit. Always save for cash. Well, I did that for a decade. Anything I wanted, I saved up for it. PlayStations. And then Amazon and all them. They had this old bomber that was chasing in the woods. He was even in Georgia, of all things. I believe. And he lived all, he escaped the police off money orders. Well, they made this big to-do about money orders and started requiring you to either have a debit card or credit cards. Well, I didn't feel safe using debit cards, you know. So I started applying for credit cards. A lot of people just goes around, throws a debit card down, don't think nothing about it. Me, I think about it. And boy, that was a stupid mistake, because instead of saving up something, I said, I want it now. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all, and I want it now. Well, comes with that comes the responsibility of paying it back, and then you got the debt. Then you're just paying the minimums. I want it all. Stupid. Stupid. Don't do it if you hadn't done it. Don't. Never do it. Listen to that teacher. I'm giving you his advice. I'm not spreading it. You want something? Save up for it. Save up for it, even if it takes 6 months. Even if it takes 2 years like I worked on my first album. Save up for it. Don't go the cheat route. I mean, I know that's what the banksters want you to do. They want you to be indebted. They want you. The Bible tells you don't be in debt to any man. They want. This is my Sunday service because I've lived it. Save up for it, just like that old teacher spread to me. And I listened for 10 years. I mean, I actually listened to him. I literally listened to him. I didn't get credit cards. And then they made that big to-do about money orders. I used to spend everything with money orders. They even started banning. I mean, Amazon, I think, for a couple of years, even let you deposit them in your account. Then they eventually even quit that, I think. I don't know if they brought it back. I hadn't looked at all their services they offered. They used to let you, like you could turn in the money order and put a credit on your account, and then you could use that credit to buy things. I just went ahead and got the credit cards, even though I didn't need them. I really didn't need them, me not being working, me not being able to officially work it off, because I've got a set amount of dollars every month. Mine ain't like a worker who can get out here and just go get a job, and he could go get him several jobs to pay off his debt if he had to. Like he could take some Christmas jobs or something like that. You know, they have those part-time Christmas jobs and things, so the seasonal jobs. I can't do that. So I've just got them set amount of dollars that I've got to deal with, and the rest of it, what don't go to them has to go to the living. And that's the situation that I created. So even if I ever did pay them off, which I'm going to try to work on it, it would take years. Don't be stupid. Don't go the route of the greedy banksters sitting back wanting to live off you. That's why I call them bums. You notice I called some of them bums? They are bums. They want to feed and live off you and then destroy you and leave you in a world like this. Nothing. They want you to have nothing. That's Charles Schwab's plan. You can have nothing. While he sits in his ivory towers. What's that? Oh, it's a wood chopper. I better get my wood chopper ready. He's the wood chopper. I don't bother the wood chopper. He don't bother me. I don't bother him. I like the wood chopper. He's something alive in this dead game, even though he is AI. He's something alive in this dead game. I kind of like the wood chopper. I want it all. I want it all. And I sort of did the same thing. Of course, I thought I had the cash to pay it off. But things come up, and I spent part of that cash even right after I bought it. I had to go to the doctor and had to pay my amount because I can't. Because I make a few dollars over what they allow you to get the Medicaid help on. So I had to take that money because I took COVID. And I had COVID when I bought it, by the way. That's how I got it. I was so sick. I could sit there and watch this video long enough to figure out how to get one. I had saved up part of that. See, I didn't want to give it to the banksters. I could have gave it to the banksters. I thought they're already getting half my freaking check every month. So I decided to keep it for myself, you know. Well, then I ended up having 200 of it being dead. because I had to pay whatever it was to the doctor, and then we took some out for some actual food. And I knew about that, and I thought, well, I can make that up in a couple months. But I didn't foresee the future. You see, that's why you probably shouldn't do things if you don't know what's going on. Because I totally forgot about it being a new year. I was so sick. But I needed that visit. And he kept telling my mama, he just kept saying, I really want to see him. He was worried about me because most of the diabetics in this town, it wasn't good for them. He told me that. He told me I was really lucky. It wasn't luck. It was prayer. Lots of prayer. That is one little comfort in me, and of all my woes, my Lord is still with me. That's something to be thankful for. He hasn't left me, and he hasn't forsaken me. There's been times I walked away from him, but he ain't walked away from me. Those years I call the years of darkness. That was the only time I ever really fully got away. And even then he had some plan where I was hearing about him. That Tex Mars guy. I was listening to him to hear what all was going on with all the stuff. But he was one of the news sources that you could listen to. It's not bought off by the entertainment world. I mean, the politicians and the world order. He was the little bit of Bible that I was hearing in those years I call the years of darkness. I started my way back around 15 and 16, late 15, 16. Early, actually. It was a little bit before my father even knew he was dying. That's when I first started actually reading it again. And by 16, I was starting to get back into the real habits and listening to sermons again. Probably should go find me a church. I probably wouldn't be able to attend all the time. It'd probably be just like my karaoke and everything else. If I don't feel like it, I couldn't do it. If I could probably do it is when I could do it. I thought I wasn't going to be able to go this Friday. I ended up missing the wrestling show last night because I just wasn't able to go. I was thinking I was going to stay home for karaoke, and then I was telling my mother, I said, I don't know if I feel like it. She said, oh, we're going to go. Of course, she knew I wanted to. I just didn't feel good. I'd already gotten on to her because it was looking like it was going to be late. And I said I didn't even feel like it anyway. I was already considering not showing up. And she said, no, we're going to go. So I got up and I went. And I was glad I did. I had a good time. I sung a couple of new songs. Well, one I'd sung before. Hadn't done it in a while. But that David Allan Coe song, I know it was new. I gotta put it up, by the way. I haven't put it up yet. Don't tell me lies and hypnotize me with your eyes if you don't need me. I'm kind of proud of it. So I used to do a lot of country and then I quit. And I went all rock and roll. I started seeing them rock shows and I loved that rock and roll shows. And I wanted to be a rock and roll show, so I cut all the country, most of it. I did mostly rock and roll for a long time. Now I've forgotten almost all the country songs I used to sing. I can sing Gone Country. And some Billy Ray. Of course, I kept Billy Ray because, you know, he's sort of rock and roll. Go listen his first two albums, in particular that second one. And there's a song called Geronimo. There's several rock and roll tunes on that third album. Geronimo was my favorite. Geronimo is probably my favorite Billy Ray song ever. Yahoo! Woo! Now, of course, he's got his bluegrass song I really love. I sing it sometimes. Trail of Tears. Let them soar like eagles across the trail of tears. God, this video game would always bring it up because parts of it is Flatwoods, you know. If I go down a certain road, I go to Flatwoods. Let them soar like eagles. We passed through Flatwoods one time, by the way. And boy, they got this game pretty much how Flatwoods really looks. It's a destroyed version of Flatwoods. Let them soar like eagles across the trail of tears. God. I'm in a bluegrass state of mind. Well, that Kentucky girl that I left behind. You know, I was listening to him on my birthday a few years ago. Wanted to see him on my birthday of all things. I sat and I hadn't really thought of him in a long time. I was just watching him up there on stage. He was one of the first people I seen concert-wise. And I was listening, boy, I didn't recognize it, but a lot of my inspiration come from him too. It wasn't just Axl Rose and Kurt Cobain. And a lot of it was Billy Ray too. I'm in a bluegrass state. I mean, I can't get high anymore. Mine. That's on his. It's an album called Cover to Cover. That's one of the tracks off that. That was the one I was listening to. It was sort of like a greatest hits at the time of all of his albums back then that he'd done. It's one of my favorite songs. That Kentucky girl that I left behind. He's done a song with Snoop Dogg. I didn't see that one coming, but I guess I should. Because they did work with that guy that caused all the gay hubbub. Whatever his name was, Nas. I don't really know Nas. I don't listen to him. I don't know a lot of these new people. Probably the newest person I probably follow is Weeknd. I learned about him through a few friends. And then Mark Dice, of course, and all them covering him. He's probably the most recent person I like some of his music, though. Everybody gives him hell. I like that 80s feel he gives at times. He sort of sounds like Michael Jackson at times. You know, I was a big fan of Michael Jackson. Mo Rat. Oh, I see the Mo Rat. That's funny. You seen it cross. Mo Rat. Baby. See, I'm not. People call me racist. I'm not racist. I recognize. Is it a dangerous one? It's not bothering me. Is that not a Mo Rat? It's something else. Must be something else. I don't think it's Mo Rats. I think it'd be attacking me if it was. I'm gonna leave them alone. If they ain't bothering me, I'm gonna let them go. I acknowledge people for their qualities, not their skin tones. Like when I hear great music, I don't see a color on it. I see that person. That's the way we should all be. We got this thing about lifting people up because of their color or whether they're male or female. I don't even look at that. I see a great female, I acknowledge that. And now we're pushing a non-gender thing, which is even more dehumanized. I'd rather go back to the days when we was just lifting up colors and sexes. Because they're completely dehumanizing us. They're getting us separated on who we are. It's not good. It's not good for humanity. It's in my opinion. It might not be the way everybody else sees it, but it's the way I see it. I know I'm not the only one, though. There's other people out there just like me. I can take comfort in that. Okay, let's see. I'm a bluegrass state of mind. Now, most people, they would probably look at Snoop and Dre and all them, and sometimes even I have sort of thought, well, that's bad, but, you know, you may be thinking that from a different perspective. I mean, that very thing could be, hey, I'm telling you not to go this route. I mean, you could look at it two ways. Like they're capturing what their eyes seen, and they're reporting. It's sort of like a newscast. They're reporting their world, what they lived through. I mean, if you ever listen to some of Dre's lyrics, you can see that. Like he has a few songs where he's going on about not being a part of that anymore. And he escaped it. And Ice-T is that way too. I mean, you listen to some of his lyrics. I mean, it may depend. A lot of people just take face value of this stuff and don't examine what it might mean. Me, I try to examine it. I like looking for things. It might be a wild goose chase, but I like finding stuff. Like what it really means, and not just taking it for face value. Like a lot of them rock and roll songs that sometimes they would point out as evil. Like even Heaven and Hell. They used to, they pick on Dio. Oh, he was the worst thing. He gets up there and salutes the devil. But if you ever listen to that Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell, if that don't accurately explain them people, I don't know what don't. They want everything for themselves. They want to keep all the gold for themselves. They want you to die. If that song don't explain what's going on in this world right now. Yet when I was being a teenager, that's what I mean by even that program I was listening, you got to filter out the religion in it. A lot of this stuff tends to look from a religious perspective. And I'm trying to find out what's really going on with me. Like say when I'm studying something or listening to something, I'm trying to figure out what's really going on, not what's just been said. If you examine those lyrics of Heaven and Hell, it's one of my favorites to sing. I don't sing it much. I hadn't done it in a while, in particular, because it takes a lot of breath to sing with Dio. He was one of a kind. But he wasn't being the devil that they all accused him of with that. He was telling some truth. He was throwing you some truth out there. How these people, how these inside societies work. And it is about heaven and hell. It's all about it. It's like Rodney when he's signing off and he's giving this prayer. I run in part of it while I go on my phone. I haven't watched it. I finished watching that sermons with it. I'll probably watch it later. I do that. If I'm watching other things, I'll watch it later. Because that's one good, beautiful thing about television and recordings. And you can be with it there live, or you can be with it 10, 15, 20 years ago. And with God, you might get the same message 50 years ago. Like, say, if it was a Billy Graham when he was preaching something 50 years ago and it was a good message and it resonated with you, That Holy Spirit that was alive 50 years ago can reach you then. But he always closes with, there's a heaven to gain and a hell to shine. Hell to shine. That's always in his, when he's giving his prayer for salvation. When you need to come to, or other things, like say sometimes it's not just salvation. It's stuff you're dealing with, like you have to rededicate yourself. And that's one of the things he likes to say. He's telling the truth there. It is about heaven and hell. Every decision we make, it's about heaven and hell. But yet, some of them shows I'd watch on that tries to make that song sound so evil. And it's really a beautiful song. It's telling you the truth. It's telling you the truth of how it works. Now, if you take one of these roads, you go to Flatwoods. And I don't remember which way it is. I think it's past the Blue Bridge up here. And then you get back on that turnpike or whatever it is, and then you go. I don't remember. Anyway, it would make me think of that song. Oh, my eyes are doing something funny. So that's another thing, COVID. It takes its toll. Like I ain't 100%. I'm not sick anymore. I have no sick side effects. But I do have the leg issues, which I already had anyway. It just added, it sort of reactivated some of them. Indeed, that was one of the things that led me to the wheelchair, was the leg issues. Which is why I actually went to the doctor and found out what was wrong with me, or tried to find out. They didn't completely 100% find out whether I had it or not, but I wasn't giving peace of my heart. Take a piece of the heart, my baby. I wasn't giving peace of my heart. But they did put me down with it, because I had all the effects that the rest of the family that had with it. The ones that went and done it. They also died, too. They had heart issues, and I don't know if they should have went through some of those tests. But you know, it gets our family eventually. He told me that. But anyways, I didn't want to give my heart, but they pretty much, because I had all the symptoms. Indeed, that's what got me going. I was telling him how I was, and he says, "Oh, I have to." He said, "You might need to get checked. I have to grab the shelves when I'm at Walmart." And he said, "We had a thing, and you need to go ahead." And well, we went and had it. I don't remember if this was 06 or 07. It must have been 07, 06 or 07. 05, 6, or 7. I can't remember. Somewhere around that time frame, but it's when I got bad. It's when I had to start using it. It was probably 07. It was 07 when I realized I couldn't walk good. We went to a Hinder show for the first time, the first Hinder concert. And boy, I never made it through that thing. I couldn't stand through the line. And it was already even before I'd had a spell at Walmart where I had to just sit down. I realized, well, I'm going to have to do something if I want to do anything, because I'm going to be bound at the house if I don't. So even though I hated the prospect of getting in a freaking wheelchair, I didn't want to be housebound. I didn't want to be totally housebound. I mean, I don't mind being at home sometimes. But I don't want to be totally housebound, you know what I'm saying? That'd be a horrible existence. And I loved that concert, too. Oh, by the way, Austin Winkler, he got on the charts. He's got both of his songs. They were 22 and 44 last week or this week. Isn't that great? Austin Winkler is one of my favorite singers. He's probably my #1 stage inspiration. Because I've seen them more than I've seen anybody. Even though I grew up with Axl Rose and them on the TV, I would see him during the bars and even in studios. They played with Motley Crue in them, so we seen them there too. I didn't like it too much on the big stage. I'm gonna be honest. I liked it better with the clubs, and because you're right there with them. And the best was the house with Austin. We went and see him in a freaking house. We was on a freaking couch. That was like sitting watching Axl Rose on the TV on your couch, but you're seeing him in life. So Austin Winkler is one of my favorite singers. I hear something. I think it's this highway you get the Flatwoods. Oh yeah, there's the place. That's the place. And I don't know where that guy will be in there tonight. Sometimes I start over and he's still there and he's trying to shoot those people. Or he's gone. We'll find out. Well, let's go in and see. Because every now and then it restarts. Oh, Lori. I could probably go give her piggy tails in that game. I don't have the hair I'm giving her. I've changed her hair. I've made it more like the action figure. I love her action figure. I wish I could get a turquoise shirt for her. Maybe some turquoise legs. And I just give her, because I'm getting where I put her in turquoise. You know, their outfits are similar. Those kind of turquoises. I'm not sure if that's actually turquoise, but it has that turquoisey look. Yeah, he's in there. I think. No, he ain't. He ain't there. So he's not there. They are, though. Must can't act to her. Must be just over. Oh, I see. Wonder how many bullets I can get. Do I even have that gun? It's gonna take most of my money. I'll go ahead and take it. Cause she could use some bullets.
Oh, hey there.
She got an internet. Oh, look at this face.
Now, what you want
I can't even hear him. I must have my TV too low.
Allergies. Learn the hard way.
Why has he got no sound from?
10 feet of a strawberry.
What's wrong with my sound?
And that's a joke. Truth is, I was outside on Doomsday. Now you
Something's
see,
wrong with my
I
sound.
drove security. And I was
This
coming back
sounds
from a pickup
terrible.
in the truck when I feel this
I can
rumble.
barely hear him. He sounds like this and there's a lot of
And the
wind.
truck was hit with this wind. It was like someone dropped a hurricane on it. I can hear it battering the truck. Bang, bang, bang. Like it's got a grudge against it. And then I unlocked the door.
He looks deader than he used to.
I wake up, man, and it's crazy. Somehow, in the back of the truck,
Like his
alive,
organic flesh don't even
all
on
across
anymore.
me was my skin.
I can't
and
hear
any
him.
opportunity for someone like me for anything
font's
other
too
than
small
my
for me to
lovely
read.
personality. And that was the day I became, well, they call
I gotta go
us
check my
girls.
sounds. I gotta make sure it ain't got
But
into
still beats
stereo
being
or something.
mesmerized.
Something's wrong. Something is wrong.
Some other time then.
I will get her some rest. Oh, it's a bathroom. I've never seen that before, I don't think. I thought it sounded. Toilet paper. They let you take the freaking toilet paper. We know why. We know what that would have been a necessity in. But see, in a time like that, you don't even. Would you even need toilet paper? No, maybe you would. Maybe if you was out in the woods and you had to. It needs some toilet paper. I don't know. Oh lordy. Let's go up and get her some rest. I don't like that sound. I gotta check my sound settings. That sucks. The bear rug. The bear. Broken windows. Broken windows. Broken windows. So detailed on this Xbox. Look at her face. I don't hardly get to see her face because when you turn her around, she turns invisible. Broken windows. Oh, by the way, I found my other remote to the television. I sure am glad because I broke this new one. I bought a new one because the battery came cut. And I couldn't find the battery and I got irritated because the tape would come off. So I went on eBay and found me a new one. Hell, I broke the new one, dropping it around. Well, I found the old one this morning with the tape on it, where you would put the batteries in it. So I thought, well, I'm going to get it back and take it. I mean, I guess you can just look at it. I paid a few dollars for the battery cover. What was it, $2 or $3 I paid for it? Just a few dollars. You wouldn't find it at that price now. Everything's went up. Broken windows. One good thing about it is I've got a television there in the living room. It's the same kind, so I'm not out of remotes really. And if anything happened to this TV, I could just take it in there, or vice versa. Like I said, if something happens to the living room TV, it works too, because there was a time when I did it without the batteries, or my batteries, I didn't have no batteries. I had to wait to get some new batteries. I just brought my living room remote in here and used it. It's a little different because the living room model has a DVD player with it. I don't ever use it. I don't play DVDs anymore. It has a DVD and it has the DVD buttons on it. That's the only difference. But the remote, the power and the volume, all that's the same. I don't ever use that DVD player because when my Xbox is in front of it, you wouldn't be able to pull it out. My Xbox One is sitting sort of in front of it. I mean, that's not completely. I've got a little bit of space for it, you know. But it would be enough to stop you from getting the disc in there. I didn't really want the disc model. The disc model was cheaper than the other model because it was on sale. So I took it. I'm a cheapskate. I got this TV for $88. It was a Christmas blowout. 88 bucks. I'm playing games on 88 bucks. It's 32 inches, so it's pretty big enough for me. I would really need a bigger TV for my eyes with reading. Reading wise. Seeing wise, it's fine. I can't read little fonts. Our living room's 32 inch too. It's just got a DVD player. It wasn't much more than that. I forgot how much I paid for it. It wasn't 88 bucks. But this model wasn't 88 bucks on its regular price. So when the TV in the living room tore up, I couldn't get this model because it was too high. That I was wanting to pay for it. Especially having it at 88 bucks. That doesn't turn me on about buying it at a higher price. So when I saw the model with the DVD marked down lower than it, I got the DVD model. I hate these TVs. They're easy. I mean, they're easy to deal with. They're not heavy. But they go fast. They go really fast. Like we had a living room television. I'm talking about in the 90s. That my mother got in the 70s. We finally had to replace it 91. Death from above. Uh-oh.
Attention citizens, nuclear strike imminent. Please exit the area at your earliest convenience.
What happens if you
Thank
stay?
you for your cooperation.
I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna stay. Stay. I want you to stay. Stay. It's just a game. 'Cause it's just a game. If it was real life, I'd be panicking. Stay. I want you to stay. Or to place a shake. Let's go downstairs. See what goes on. They're just staying too. Of course, they're just characters. They're NPCs. Stay. No wonder his skin's burn off. I want you to stay. Don't leave me, babe. I want you to stay. I'm pissing to get off here in a little bit.
Duchess's dead nothing showed up when you did. Hope she comped you a drink or two. Anything you need's inside.
The death from above happened? Or has it happened yet? Down 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 down. I don't remember which way it goes to Flatwoods. Yeah, I think it's that way. We'll find that. Too many broken. I know it ain't that way. Promises. I'm in a blue grass day. I heard it. Where was it? I wanted to see it, damn it. Oh, there it is. I miss that Kentucky girl. And that would be, you couldn't do that in the real world. You'd be like the wife in the tale of Sodom and Gomorrah. Your eye sockets would burn out if you look back at the blast. I hear it. No, it's the nuclear storm. Quest completed. Look at that black sky. Now we're coming up on the road. Where she can talk to those people.
You looking to join up too?
You know, in the beginning, that wasn't there. That popped up later on.
Scientist soul. I like the sound of that.
When I first started playing it, that wasn't there. When she first started going to Flatwoods. Oh, my leg's hurting. I've jumped everywhere today on my conversations. I do that a lot, though. Even in a podcast, I do that a lot. I just jump around. Jump, 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 jump. You know like that song? From the 90s? Jump, jump, jump. That's me. I jump around. I decided to do something different. Instead of just going straight for flatwoods, go for the woods. To see if they're really flat. At least I'm having a good Sunday. I hope everybody else is too. You know, he was talking about, then I'm talking about the pastor I was listening to today, the Peacock guy. He was talking about closing some windows. My windows are broken over. They need to board it up. About letting the devil in. Boy, my windows are busted open. I need to close them. I need to actually board it up like in a zombie raid. Because Satan's outside the door, outside of zombies. He's coming in. I better blue. I stay the mind. He's coming at me at all corners, y'all. Emotionally, spiritually, physically. Kill, steal, and destroy. I've had so much anger and resentment for the past few years. I don't know how to get out of it because I prayed. It seems like even praying just makes me madder. I don't know how to let it go. That's why justice in some ways is important. Because when people does things to you and they get by with it, it makes you mad. It builds up anger. But that's what this whole sermon was about. I know my guide was pointing me towards him right now. Because I would have been spending Sundays with Rodney right now. And Rodney deals with these things too at times. But he even one time pleaded with me to let go of that resentment. Anger. He was talking to me. My windows are busted open spiritually. They're literally busted open. I don't know. I prayed about it today, but I don't know if it's going to work. We'll see. That right there defeated it. Because that's what they teach you too. That's what Rodney teaches you. You got to believe. But I'm just so tired. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted from it. But it is what it is. That's one of the things I'm taking the break for. That I need to focus on me instead of focusing on news. Mole rat. That one might be a dangerous one. Or is that possum or mole rat? That's possum. That's the two-headed possum. I won't bite him. He don't seem to bite me, so I won't bite him. Is he dangerous? He might be dangerous. It's red. Should I just bite him? I don't want to bite him if he's not dangerous. I don't want to bite him if he's not dangerous. I didn't know whether to bite him or not. My sound is all. Maybe that's why I paid attention to them broken windows while ago. Okay, let's see.
Sonny makes a good hoagie.
Just remove the stumbling blocks, Lord. Chips! Remove the stumbling blocks. Out of my way, Lord. Oh, another event has happened. Scorched earth.
Just about time to eat.
Just about time to eat. I wonder what scorched earth depends on. I wonder what happens during scorched earth. Have I seen it before? I don't remember. I played this game for 2 years now, so I don't know. And it seems I'm just always stuck in the same spots. Breaking the same old ground. I'm breaking the same old ground. Little house. He's got his old flag up. It's one of the original colonies. Some poor person either killed herself or died. They got so frustrated with their problems they took themselves out, which is okay. I see some things, I just can't get them.
I pressed the button. Hush, hush. I think it's recording now. Shush, shush. Hello? Hello? Hello there? Hello there? Oh, I think it's working. I hate these things. This is Willie Mae. And I was asked to talk a bit about my life since the war. To help educate future children someday. I think that's nice. I thought I'd just watch programs, entertain the grandkids in my retirement. But that didn't turn out to be the case. I'm just glad they all made it to the vaulting kind, you see. When I saw it in a dream, I knew my prayers were answered. My husband Frank worked in the mine. Just a bit before the war, there was news of tremors, and he didn't come home. I don't know what happened to him or why he came home for sure. And between you and me, I'm fine. Since the war, I've just read my old newspapers and listened to music. It's very peaceful for once, which is just right nice by me. Ever hear of the Toga Town's Atomic Lottery? The winner got 10 tins worth of Lamco mac and cheese, Salisbury steak, and Nuka-Cola, of course. I played that lottery for 20 years. And I finally won the month before the war. Lasted only 8 years, though. But who can you complain to? By the time it ran out, I had heard the radio broadcast, so I went out to find them and get supplies. Bless their hearts. Well, I'm going home now. For a bit anyways. How do I turn this thing off? Blast these things.
Pumpkin's up here.
Not this button. Not this one. Oh, here it is.
Happy Halloween. I love that old music of that time. Sounds so. Happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. There's some real truth in that movie. Happy Halloween, Silver Shadow. What a day for a set. Center face again, but its gameplay is clear. Happy Halloween, Halloween. One thing's for certain, though. I know one thing. At the end, it'll all work out. So have faith in my Lord. And what the devil means to destroy us, God uses to build us. That's the truth. That's exactly what the Bible says. May go through some rocky times, and it may get rough, and it may look terrible, just like that star-spangled banner waving in the night. I'll get through my storms too. So I will take my rest and refresh my batteries. Yeah, let's see. Anything in the mailbox? I can't open the mailbox. Usually there ain't nothing in it anyway. She must have done got it. She's passed through here several times before. It's been a while. Let's go to the woods. Fallout. There's something on the mountain up there? As I'm just seeing things. Just trees. Let's see. Just trees. Just trees. Firefly. I guess that possum was deadly because he had a red light on him. I probably should have killed him. For some reason I didn't want to bite him. You have to bite her these things though, they usually kill you. The possums I've ever been around, people's always going on about how dangerous they are and all this stuff. I've never had a single one bite me, and I've seen my fair share of possums. Fair share of them. They'll hiss and they'll give you an ugly face. And we had one that was coming up here a long time. He finally got killed. My mama found him dead in the road. I call him Grumpy, him or her. It was either him or her, but he was grumpy looking. He come get some food. Looking for food. Might have been a her, you never know. But it looked like it had a grumpy little face. That's it on my security camera. I called it Grumpy. It looked like every step. It was regretting taking every step. That's the way it looked. I don't know if it was a disabled possum. I kinda like possums. Just a playing possum, and he's a lying low. That was an Alan Jackson and George Jones song. Is that wood chopper? I'll find out. Yeah, it's wood chopper. Hey, Mr. Wood Chopper. No, it's another thing. Is that one friendly? Some of them aren't friendly, you know. It's the farmhand. He won't interact. Oh, it's going. He must not be wanting to talk today. I hate talking about the political situations when I talk about the things I'm going through. That's one thing. I got plenty of energy for that, really. But I just gotta deal with me. Salespeople are really if they wasn't doing it on a global scale and didn't mean for my destruction, they'd be the last of my worries. My worries is about something that happened that I can't really talk about publicly. But it left a really big, really indeed, I never knew the real thing of hatred until it happened. And everything he preached today, I went through every one of those in the mind. Every bit of it. Every bit. But you know something? God's going to get me through it. I'm just going to be faithful. But I do have even when I pray about it now, because a lot of times praying just gets it a whole lot worse. It does. But I will get through. I'll come out. I'll come out on the other side. I don't know how long it's going to be. It's already coming on a decade now. I can't believe it's flew by that fast. It's getting close. That's how much my life has been wasted into it. Of course, I've been trying to deal with it. It's just it's hard to get by. It's hard to get out of this. It's probably what led me back to guide, really led me back to guide. Which may be the good thing that come out of it. But I turned back to guide trying to get away from it. Which is good, because that's what you need to do. You need to run towards guide when you have your problems. You don't need to run from him, you need to run towards him. I keep running up that hill, running up that road, running up that hill. I finally remember the song. It's been playing in my head, I couldn't remember the words. I keep running up that road, running up those hills. Ooh. Ooh. Is it alive? Yeah, it's alive. I didn't know there was a song.
Look, whatever it is, it's gonna have to wait till morning.
Okay. I know who he is now. He's the guy that's at the place. Feed the people. Rain fizzed on my windowsills. I keep running up that road, and I keep running up that hill, running up that road. Running up that road. At least I know where to turn. At least I don't go to the psychiatric couch. What a waste of time that is. You know, a lot of people, they go that route or go to a pill. That's not your answer either. Your pill's dealing with it. I mean, your answer's dealing with it. No pills, no drugs, no alcohol. Dealing with it. No matter how hard it is, facing it. Facing it. That's what I'm doing right now. It may take me a while, but I'm facing it. Running up that road, running up that hill. I think that's what she was talking about spiritually. I keep running up that road, running up that hill. I don't really know for sure, because I'd have to get the lyrics out and study it. I know one thing, it started playing. And I was hearing it the other day, I just didn't hear the lyrics clear. Not hiding from your problem, not running from your problem. Taking your problem head on. Just like her with her axe, looking to survive. Highway 59. I hear some gunshots. I've tried to take different paths that I normally take in this game. See, normally I just stick to the roads. This time I've been trying to walk over the roads. And take different paths. The path's not taken. Don't take comfort too long, enemy, because I'll get past it. You will be a defeated foe. I will work my way through. With guide. Turn it over to guide. Like I actually had somebody throw up me, take a pill for God's sake one time. Oh, I want no freaking pills. I already take enough freaking pills for some of the other stuff I take. Hell, that might be part of the problem. That junk messes with your mind. No, I don't want your freaking pills. Of course, we know why it gets worse when you pray about it. He don't want the killer, stiller, and destroyer doesn't want you getting better. He tries to make you give in and quit praying. Running up that road, running up that hill. I think I will get out of here for today. I just wonder if she could chop the bush. I don't guess you can. Some of them lumbers you can chop. Let's get focused on the game again. Get off the problem. Go away problem. You don't exist right now. I will ignore you for the moment. Running up that road. Be still. That's probably my biggest problem. That's probably just God telling me. Is something moving or is that her thing? That's her thing. She's walking by the road, not on the road. I hope I ain't going the same route. I just took a different backward or back pass to it. The reason I'm not taking the road is a lot of times she gets killed on that road. So I decided to go sort of around it. I wish she'd get her freaking strength back. I don't like not being able to do nothing.
Sores all over. Building this place up is hard work.
Gotta start all over. What are you building it back up for? You ain't got nothing to build. This is one big hellhole. She discovered a new place. I don't know if she's ever been there before. I don't remember. See, sometimes this stuff repeats. But I don't never finish anything. Yeah, I think she's been here before. Oh, lordy. I always get killed and don't never get to finish, so I don't ever know whether I've run into something for the first time or another time. Is it possum again? Oh, the mole rat. Take that meat. You earned them. What happens when you activate that? Porta Diner. What a beautiful jukebox. I won't activate it though, cause copyright crap of it, or to be copyrighted. They will mute your audio. That's one thing I like about just putting the freaking recording up. Cause not all sites censor the music. Yeah, your music sucks, buddy. Shove your music. This freaking neighborhood don't want to hear it. I am going to go down to the city hall and start speaking on this until they handle it. And then if I don't see anything happen, I'm going to go back. I'm going to aggravate them with it. They're going to do something. You know, they could find these people big enough that they'd stop at. That's a problem too, but that ain't even the problem that I'm dealing with. That one would be solvable if the people in charge would just solve it. Now, there is something you can do. You could run against them and take their places. If they refuse to do something, well, you could take their places. That's what I try to tell the people that complain about it in the paper. Instead of complaining, they need to just run against them. You see, they can make them fines high enough that that'd stop. That'd go away if they make them. Because people's hurting for money right now. I mean, just think, they can make them a killing. They just make them tickets a little higher. They can make them a killing. I know I'd be doing it. I'd be doing it just to make the money off, revenue off of it. But it's more than that, because the citizens don't want to hear it. They could be making them a buttload of money off these old violators like that. Coming through here practically rattling my freaking windows. Well, they can make a killing off him. Find him every time he gets out and does it. But they won't. They're pussies. They're afraid of being looked at as racists because most of them are from the other land. And that's their biggest issue. That's why they don't want to bother them. They're probably told not to bother them. Probably told not to bother them by George Soros. Because we know he's took over every freaking town. It's an American flag.